The time has come. It's over.
Oh, it is?
Summer is over.
Oh.
So Gavin here interned with us over the summer, and I'm gonna ask him questions and make him feel awkward. What do you think that you learned that you didn't expect to learn about the video industry?
One of the things I learned about the film industry was I didn't realize how many meetings you had to go to before you actually get to create the bookings and get to film, go on shoots like this, and then edit on the computers.
Yeah. There's a lot more to it than just pointing a camera, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, so
There's buttons.
there's buttons, yeah. So did you get to go to any meetings with us?
No.
No, I didn't.
No.
Not any of the sales meetings. But yeah, so there is a lot more to this industry, obviously, than just showing up and filming and editing. You have to get the client and book the client and make the sale, and then you have to understand what the video is going to be about, and you have to write a script, and you have to get locations, and you have to talk to the talent, and you have to talk to the client to make sure that we can film on that day. All those things. And so, yeah, that's good that you learned that early, because now you're not going to go, when you do go into this industry, whether it be with us in a few years or on your own, you already have that mentality and that understanding that there's so much more to it than just showing up and filming. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So, as far as like filming and the technical aspects of things, tell us some of the things that you learned that you didn't know before.
I didn't know it. I thought I knew about cameras, but y'all proved me wrong, okay? I thought, okay, there's a lot more to cameras than I thought. That you got the aperture, shutter speed, and everything. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so did you not know about any of that stuff really?
I didn't know about the aperture.
Tell everyone what is aperture and what is the primary purpose of that.
It's kind of like this little disc inside the lens, and it's like you can adjust how big it is and how much light it lets in. So if it's a small aperture, it's not much light coming through. So, and I don't know why, but for some reason that means a lot of stuff will be in focus. And if it's a larger aperture, you'll get more light, and you can have more of a shallow depth of field.
So I know you said you learned about cameras and lenses and stuff like that. What about lighting? Did you learn anything about lighting?
It's more complicated than I thought.
Okay.
Because you gotta have that light. Right now we've only got that light. But a lot of times in interviews you'll have what's called a hair light, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like you would have it like right here, basically, but up kind of like that to have light kind of on the what do you call it, the outline, the silhouette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it kind of like separates you from the background, I think.
There, that's it. Yeah, so your hair light, rim light, whatever you want to call it. A lot of times it depends on the style of interview. With this, it's a little bit more just us, and so we're just, and you were like, I've got a meeting in like 30 minutes, and so I had time to set one light up. But a lot of times you'll do 3-point lighting. Mm-hmm. So that would be a key light, which is this, and then a fill light, which we would set over here. It would fill in a little bit of these shadows if we wanted to. And then a rim light or a hair light, that's something behind us that separates us from the background. So yeah, but with this, I've just got one big key light shooting through some diffusion. So now here's one that I know we've talked about, but you might not remember. What is the purpose? So we've got an umbrella on this light. What is the purpose of diffusing light?
So that it's not so intense. It's a little bit more of a softer light, just kind of like atmosphere, I think.
Yeah, so your shadows and your fall off is a lot smoother. Well, I guess on this side is where my shadows are, but it's not so flat, or it's not so sharp where it's like just a dark black shadow on this side. It rolls across your face. Mm-hmm. Sweet. All right, what about white balance? You learned some white balance stuff?
White balance was really confusing at first, but then once you taught me how to use it, it's really easy now.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you look through your camera and it's a little bit blue, that's okay. You just bump up your white balance a little bit, put a little bit more orange in there, and even out everything until the whites look white.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you know off the top of your head daylight white balance?
The daylight white balance is 5600.
Usually it's going to be around 56K. Yeah, that's right. Kelvin, 5600 Kelvin. And then this light is really warm.
32.
32. Yay, look at it. So yeah, those are typically the two that are used the most with our lighting is or outside 5600 or 32. Do you know how to collapse a C-stand properly?
I do now. I remember like one of those first shoots when we were at the WoW place.
Yeah.
The World of Works. You told me to put up a C-stand, and I didn't even know what a C-stand was. I got it and I started like fiddling around with it, and then Adam was like, "Here, give me that."
He said, "Give me that," and you just floop.
Yeah, he went like boom, and it just like all went. It was like a.
I like the sound effects. Editing.
Ooh.
What did you get to learn to edit in?
I got to learn basically like a lot of stuff in Final Cut Pro 10. I've never touched that software before, George.
I know.
It was scary.
I know, but now what?
Scary.
Now what happens now?
Now I want to live off of that software.
You hear it from this guy.
Like the
He's
magnetic,
telling you.
Like the magnetic timeline, the way that it's like if something's stacked and you delete the bottom clip, everything just like dies.
Yeah.
Well, not dies, but like goes away.
Magnetic timeline, pro or con?
I mean, it kind of depends.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
You're killing me.
Okay, I mean, it like most of them are pros, but there might be like a couple cons.
Okay.
It just depends on what you're trying to do.
If you know what the magnetic timeline is gonna do,
If you know what it's gonna do, it's a definite pro.
definite pro, awesome. But yeah, sometimes people that aren't thinking about the way the magnetic timeline works, if they do delete something, they might not be paying attention. They delete some sort of audio track or something like that. So, yeah, is there anything else that you can think of?
About editing?
No, just about like your experience here at Seed over the summer.
I've definitely learned a lot more than I thought it would.
Sweet.
Like, I thought it was just gonna be like kind of me hanging out like, hi, you know?
Right.
But I've actually been learning a lot of stuff, and that's great.
Do you think that this is a good career choice?
I think it's the best career choice for me.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Are you going to work for us when you graduate?
If you let me.
For minimum wage?
Sure.
Ah, yes!
Hey, I just locked myself in.
Is this your first paycheck you've ever gotten?
I've never had a job before.
Awesome. And you still haven't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is an internship.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, so anyone that's curious on any times that Gavin was here and was just observing and kind of, you know, just understanding, learning, like how Adam, you know, opened up a C-stand, stuff like that, he was not paid. It's an internship. But on anything that he did actually add value and time to any kind of editing or shooting or anything like that, like yesterday, got to do some edits for us. Got a big old whopping paycheck, minimum wage for 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. This has been a lot of fun. We've never had an intern before, but we're super happy with the fact that we got Gavin over the summer. I'm getting so many calls and texts. It is ridiculous. But we're gonna edit this video now, and I'm gonna let you do it.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. Ooh. You're not getting paid for this one, though.
I don't care.
All right, so that's it. So we've been super grateful that Gavin got to come along. You got a camera.
I got a camera.
Yeah,
it's right over there.
Yeah, we gave him a camera and some lenses early on. So hopefully, with the investment of that, we were able to just teach him from an educational standpoint, the camera and a few lenses and a couple of paychecks that paid for the gas to get here. We hope that you found this valuable.
Yes.
And now we have a new friend.
Wow.
Yeah, Gavin's our buddy.
Wow.
You can come on any shoot you want.
Wow.
As long as you graduate high school.
Wow.
All right.